Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are once again with everything that we want to know about Indian football happenings, right? And after we had like a Turbo Tuesday, one other Turbo Tuesday in the week, because there were so many actions. Bengaluru and Bagan were away playing Wehdat and Colombo respectively. But before we touch upon that, there's news from East Bengal camp that they've released 6 players. Now Chiranjeev is joining us via Skype, so the usual disclaimer that goes out in case any disturbance. Just hang in there because we have yet another, it's a Wednesday, another action-packed day today in I-League. So we also have Kevin in the studio. Now Chiranjeev, what's happening from East Bengal? You've got the names of the players.
Yes, what's happening is that, we hear about this deadline day drama, last day of the transfer window everywhere in Europe. Hardly ever, this gets much attention in India because not much business happens on that day. But suddenly, these guys, East Bengal decided that Amirov, who came in as a replacement, on the Asian quota for Do Dong Hyun, he's not working out for them. So this Kyrgyzstani striker only played 2 games so far, but the management said enough is enough. And because 31st January is the last day for transfer window, they immediately released him. Okay, and they immediately went in and signed this Australian striker called Christopher Bipin. Okay. He's a young striker. He'll come next week. So I think either he's a free agent or some stuff they made sure they can get around the transfer deadline thing. So very quick replacement. I think they could have given him more time, but what has happened. They're desperate for winning the league this time, and they're allowed their moves. Since this is now or never. They are on the top of the league. They're on song. The same thing they did to these other young players. 5 other young players like Kaushik Sarkar, Prahlad Roy. He did well in Calcutta Football League. Jitin Murmu, Deepak Singh, Samad Ali Malik, VP Suher. All these players, they are pretty good in Calcutta Football League, right? So they are. But they are not getting much chance to play in I-League, so they decided to let them develop elsewhere. So they'll be probably, given out to other clubs in loan, maybe in second division, maybe somewhere else, the local leagues. So all that is happening. It's interesting to see the way East Bengal are still redesigning their team 1 month into the league.
Yeah, I think they're showing some amount of desperation to, go get their hands.
This is initiative, not desperation. This is initiative. They could have kept Amirov. They have Robin Singh up front. Amirov would have been actually benched in that case. So I think they're just going the extra level to make sure they get it this time. 13 years without the league, they want it now.
Yeah.
So is this confirmed that East Bengal do not have a shot at the AFC Cup now?
Yeah. Because Bengaluru FC are now in AFC Cup. They lost the ACL game. So East Bengal will not be allowed to play.
Okay. Well, now since we mentioned AFC, let's head on to the AFC matches that happened between Mohun Bagan and Colombo, which was in Colombo, and Mohun Bagan won. Like we said, in our preview, the scoreline was 2-1, and we did see Kane Lewis score, which was a very good thing for a player like him. And we also say that he was a replacement for Sony Norade, and there you go, he got the first goal on the team. Also, before Chiranjeev talks about the match, we had the live stream on our website, thefangrush.com, and it looked like the other part. It looked like they were playing a friendly or a warm-up match. Such a good scenario where people are just strolling around. You see roads close by, buses going. Look like one of our lawns. They're playing on their home, the lawns in the house. But I think it was a good game. Colombo came back and scored, leveled at 1-1. So Chiranjeev, what are your takeaways from the match?
Yeah, it went as we expected. The defense still needs some work. The only concern from that match was the way they give this Alif guy so much space. I mean, the guy has some speed, so they gave him some space, and that was like some 45 yards out. He just ran all the way, and the defenders could not catch up with him.
Yeah.
But that's what you have to do. Eduardo obviously not settled in yet, and they are playing a largely makeshift defense for now. And you are playing against Colombo FC. You have to take your chances. You have to play a high defense line. You have to be aggressive. So, yeah, more or less they did their job. And Shilton Paul, he made some good saves. It could have easily been 2-2. Whenever we talked about set pieces being a concern, every time Colombo FC got a corner kick or a free kick, some space outside the box, it was a bit of a tense scenario.
Yeah.
But good job there. Just somehow they kept it out, and the goals, they were so good. The Keane Lewis goal, leaping header from the ball from Probir. It's so good to see him get a game after such a long time. I mean, this guy is the most unlucky guy in I-League. Like he's such good talent. He's playing in the same position as Sonny Norde. So that's the worst place you can be as a left winger. And one game that he gets to play, he gets injured as well. And so I hope
he got a goal to his name.
He got a goal to his name. He could have gotten another had he gotten to play the whole game. I think that was a malicious tackle. I really wish they looked into it and punished the player retrospectively. But he's injured now. Hopefully he won't be injured long. But again, Sonny Node will probably be back in the second leg. So he's going to sit out anyway. Yeah,
okay. A good result overall, right, for Mohun Bagan here, and as expected, as we said. Now moving on, the other side, to AFC, the Champions League, CL, that tie happened in Wehdat, Jordan, their home ground. What a crowd! I mean, we saw a few images FNI was retweeting, and there was a long line.
We saw the game on our website.
Yeah,
no?
Even that. Yeah, I mean before that. I'm talking about before the match.
We were seeing the whole thing.
Yeah, so before the match, the long line outside the stadiums. I mean, it was insane, and then the crowd that moved in, and
it was intimidating.
Yeah,
really.
Stuff.
You look at that crowd from the television, and you can just imagine what it will be like sitting among those crowds.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're going and playing in front of them under pressure, and like Unni predicted, he said the scoreline is right. If it goes 2-1, then it would go to Wehdat, and that's what happened. So, Chiranjit, your quick takeaways from this match?
Yeah, props to Bengaluru FC for keeping them away for so long.
Yeah.
And so much pressure they were under. Those guys are fast, and they got some mad skills. I mean, remember that a volley that this guy attempted. I think,
the bicycle kick in the second half.
Bicycle, hell.
That was on target.
It was on target, and I'm wondering how this guy could react to it so fast. Amrinder.
Yeah.
He made some superb saves. Otherwise, this could have easily been a 4-1, 5-1 defeat.
And that one long ranger from I think from the top of the box that Amrinder spilled, and there was a striker just about to pounce on that.
Yeah,
that was a good save. Had there been another keeper, it would have been a different case. It would have been too hard to handle for that person.
I think he's been that quick, and presence of mind has been really good for him in this thing.
Yeah, and just look at the way the Bengaluru FC defenders sort of marked those opponents. It was like they had the height advantage. They were better physically, but some really scrappy performance when they needed to put it up. And this looked like the Bengaluru FC from AFC Cup, and even Sunil Chetri looked like he was back playing in those days. He was back in form, scored the goal. They never gave up. I think a couple of times, like that through ball that CK Vineet got, he was just a yard ahead. If he had just kept up, couple of paces behind, he could have gotten it. And he actually had a one-on-one chance that he headed over the bar.
Yeah,
that was one of the best chances of the game that did not materialize in the end. It could have easily been 2-2. It could have been 4-1. So it was a game all over the place, and it's props to Bengaluru FC for just losing it by 1 goal. They were there, they showed heart, and there's no shame in a defeat like this.
Yeah, I mean, playing in such a under pressure atmosphere would have gone anywhere, right? Any worse than this, but yeah, as Chiranjit said, nothing like it. And moving on, now we had a match between Shillong and Chennai yesterday in the I-League, and Shillong convincingly winning it 2-0. Just like we said, I mean, Shillong does hold the upper hand here, and Chennai didn't look like they were in the team. They were in the game, right, Kevin?
No. Not even close to being there. Shillong, it was, we talked about the physical conditions over there, the climate condition that can play a big part in away teams coming over there. So Shillong showed their dominance in their home ground and third consecutive win.
Yep.
That this team, slowly is creeping up that points table without everybody having to, just look at them as if they are the highlight of all the teams, but they are doing well.
Yeah.
That's more boosting their confidence day by day, having most of the team playing together. They're not making too many changes. If you just notice their squad, there's a few changes that they've been trying to make, and that is good for the squad.
Yeah.
Unless they've been facing with injuries, hopefully that's not the case till now. So this team really is going to go too far.
That means Chennai really have to now pull up their socks, right? I mean, among those three teams that we've been seeing, who we are seeing in this I-League, Chennai has been that one team that's been decent. Now Churchill are back again. After they defeated Bengaluru, they must be gaining some confidence. But do you see something really happening between these three teams?
I don't know. Chennai is better than Minerva. And Churchill is at par with Chennai City. So Churchill because they got that win and that infamous incident of the field, that gets them into the highlight, into the limelight. But they are not really as strong as other competing teams.
Yeah.
So it's just the fame that you get for a second or for a match that just keeps you in the papers. But they're not as strong as the other teams.
Yeah. Now talking about Churchill being in the limelight, let's put them in the limelight once again on the show, because Chiranjit is in Ludhiana right now to cover the Minerva matches. Now he did watch the match against East Bengal, but today they play Churchill Brothers, and at the pre-match press conference, Chiranjit had asked him few questions. Chiranjit, before we enter the clip, why don't you give us a gist of what happened?
Well, they were here for the pre-match press conference, and obviously the talk turned to the incident that happened. And it was very obvious that Churchill coach Alfred Fernandes was a bit shaken from that. And I wanted to press him on the point, the fact that the videos that were there showed that apart from the incident with John Johnson, the knockout or whatever that happened. He also had some exchange with Huanan, and when Huanan was walking away, he appeared to kick him from behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to ask him about that, and I tried to put it in nice words, and you can hear what happened in the press conference.
Yeah, let's hear what he had to say.
So if I can ask you about that incident that happened towards the end of the game against Bengaluru FC. Have you heard anything from the disciplinary committee? Is there any update on how they're proceeding with it?
No, see, it is, for me, it's the past. The incident, though it was ugly, you all have seen it because the match was live. And we have already given our complaint to the AFF, and they are the best people to judge it based on the video footage. And hopefully I think they will come out with some strict action against the player, because the player, he came directly and assaulted me in my technical area, which is forbidden to come. We did not go to their technical area to abuse or assault them. And they are the one who did all these dirty things, and AFF will take the correct action, we are sure.
By that player you mean John Johnson?
Yes, of course.
So Huanan also came into your technical area, and Huanan, the other PFC foreigner, he also came into your technical area,
yes.
And as he was walking away, the footage seems to show that you had some physical contact with him from behind. Did that occur?
Yes, he came and abused me. And in fact, the footage is not showing. He pushed me also. So that is the time maybe the footage was there. I was charging, but I did not do anything. So you can clearly see it. But they have no business to come to my technical area and do all these naughty things.
Sir, but Bengaluru FC coach Albert Roca said that this is a shameful day for Indian football and he has never seen a coach kicking a player before. So what's your view on that?
I'll tell you one thing. These foreign coaches, they think they know everything in football. They must respect. I was just talking with my friend. We know our business. When these foreign coaches come, we respect them. The same should be done by them. And he was saying that he have never seen it. I did not do anything. It was a story cooked by them to divert most of the attention of the press towards me. I did not do anything. What business did they have, all these players, to come in my technical area? All these players coming to my technical area itself is a breach of from the players, and they start abusing me. You can clearly see on the footage, and I did not say anything.
But there was some altercation from the fans also, like Churchill Brothers fans threw some bottles on the field and all.
See, fans are fans, and when they saw what was real on the field, it's good that we control them. If they had jumped over the barricades and come, at least one of the players would have been in the hospital with a broken jaw or something. We did not let the situation go out of our hands because it is harsh on the home team, and it was our duty, moral duty, to control it. And how we control, we knew. And the match commissioner also, he came to me personally and said, Alfred, please take your place. I did not do the cooling down of my players down there. I just took them inside instead of instigating. So it was bad what they did. And I somehow dozed off the situation. So he has no business to accuse me. And in future also, I won't do anything which is bad for football. But what he talked is very bad.
Coach, moving on from this topic, I just want to ask you that it was still a fabulous win for your boys at home in front of your home support, defeating the last year's champions Bengaluru FC. So the boys must be flying high in confidence at the moment. Are they expecting all 3 points from this match?
See, ma'am, when we go out on the field, it is always 3 points in mind, whichever team may be. So sometimes strategies fail, sometimes it works. So I was the first one where we had a pre-pass conference. I was the one to congratulate Bengaluru Football Club for being taking Indian flag high in the champions. Though they lost, it was a credit to them putting up a good show, going all out, going all the way to the finals and coming out with flying colours. It is a fabulous achievement for the Indian football. And saying that, when they point accusing fingers, when you win, you must be ready to accept defeat also. You must be a good loser also. And I'll tell you frankly, they are not good losers. In football, you don't win everything. You see big clubs coaches, they will never point accusing fingers. That coach, he thought they will make something out of us. But when we tamed them, so he came with this allegation. And after losing second match, which they did not expect, so frustration creeps in. So we also lost with big clubs. And small club also you can lose. But you have to be a genuine loser. And when you win, it is a compliment for you. So same thing should apply this, as it applies for the whole teams, all the 10 teams. But when he does this funny tricks, so he wants to divert the attention So he's coming out after the second loss. And if he gets another loss, so his job will be on the chopping block also. So these are all tactics which he can't face. So when you are winning, you must take the credit. When you lose, you give the credit to the other team also.
Well, that was some, the man who's been in the limelight for a very long time, and he finally got a chance to come out, burst his emotions and everything. That's what we heard from him. And that was crazy. But let's put now this aside and talk about the match. Now, since we are talking about these two teams, they are a 4:35 kickoff today, and a quick let's just do what's going to happen, because these two teams have been underperforming. Okay, Minerva has been on least performing, I would say, according to me. But Churchill, as we mentioned, after that win against Bengaluru, there's been some spotlight for a positive sign for them. So, Kevin, what do you think about this match?
Minerva, please do something for your fans. They really have been supporting you for all long, and the second home game, back to back, really should be something for the fans to give them back. So, I hope they win today. I don't know how they are going to manage, because they've been very bad. I cannot say not very good, but they've been very bad. So let's hope for say 1-0 or some sneaky goal that they can get past Churchill over here, which is very, very difficult to have. But I hope for a Minerva win today.
Chiranjeev, do you think all of that bad things that happened to the Churchill coach would probably overshadow this match?
I don't think so. It won't affect their game that much, but what may affect is that they had a long travel to Ludhiana, and they reached in late night, and yesterday was the only time they got to practice. Okay, so these ground conditions and the weather here, it's a humid place in Goa. I think one of the players I met at the press conference was even talking about that this climate is very different.
Yeah.
It's way colder than what we are used to. And they are here. They haven't had enough time to acclimatize, and now they will play in the match here. So, that is the only way. Maybe the weather and the conditions sort of put them at a disadvantage. And Minerva Punjab, being with their back against the wall, just decide to hell with it. They'll just try to fight back and maybe create chances, because these guys have some. I mentioned it.
Yeah.
In the after the East Bengal game, they can make runs up the wings. They can create chances. It's the finishing that's the problem, and maybe just it can become one of those days where you just all these shots that you're taking, a couple of them goes in.
Yeah.
It's just about that. It can become a matter of luck, or it can be the case that it finally comes together for them, and Manandeep sort of gets back his touch, the kind of touch he used to have in East Bengal days. So it can happen. But being Churchill Brothers, as a team that has just played the best game they have played in years, nobody expected them to beat Bengaluru FC. Yeah, maybe it looks like a very mountainous task for Minerva Punjab to pull up a win against them. Even a draw is much more plausible, I would say.
Okay. Well, moving on, an early kickoff today around 2 o'clock in Aizawl. They played DSK Shivajians. Now, one team, that's the home team Aizawl, faced the first defeat against Chennai City the last time they travelled to Chennai, and DSK on the other hand are boosted in confidence because after a win they had a draw against Bagan, which was a commendable job from them after having so many missed chances and everything. So what do you reckon about this game? Who would this match favour?
It's very difficult to beat Aizawl at home.
Yeah.
And being that tactical coach that Khalid is, he might want to take this point against DSK, and when they play the bigger opponents, he might go for a draw. You can even expect a small margin victory, but DSK is something that might just turn out a big hurdle in their way to the top 4 or top 5, whatever their aim is to finish.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to beat them, but DSK. I want to see a striker other than Young over there.
Okay.
His finishing is really under par, and probably Pasi he takes up his place, or maybe another striker to pair up with Young over there, because they've been creating such good chances. Even against Mohun Bagan, they could have gone up, by 2 goals very easily. Just because of that finishing up front, they've been, much lower where they are right now in the table. So that is my change that I would like to see in DSK. Have another striker or pair it up with someone else.
Chiranjit?
Yeah, well, the thing is that, Dave Rogers is as tactically gifted as
Khalid
Jamil here. So, yeah, against Mohun Bagan, they played 5 in the back and just sort of controlled the game from there to keep themselves there. I don't know if nobody can really tell if Shivajians will just go for the win here, boosted by the performance they put up against Mohun Bagan, or they will just try to take it easy because they're playing in a very different climate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it can go either way depending on what kind of posture DSK Shivajians assume. But Aizawl FC will definitely have the upper hand. It is just the way they have played. They have played some away games as well, and they look much better at home. I mean, it's the case with Shillong Lajong and Aizawl FC and Goa teams. They just look that much better in home conditions. So, yeah, it's gonna be advantage Aizawl. But I think it's gonna end up as a draw.
Okay. Well, the final match in the I-League today, and in terms of timings as well, it is East Bengal versus Mumbai FC. Now, East Bengal, they've defeated Bengaluru, they've thrashed Minerva, and Mumbai, on the other hand, have suffered 3 losses in a row. 1 at home, 2 away, and I still remember Santosh Kashyap saying I think after Aizawl Mumbai match that Mumbai and Bengaluru match, that the home conditions of that favored Bengaluru, the atmosphere, it's kind of a little bit probably a task. It's a good thing, but pressure in a good way to play. And at the back then I had a question in mind. Now you say Bengaluru's, there was a pressure, like the atmosphere, the fans. Here they are traveling to East Bengal's home ground, which is even worse. So I don't know what's he gonna think about this game, and I have nothing to say here. I'm just fingers crossed, whatever happens. Mumbai is like in a terrible position right now, Kevin. Please.
They are in a terrible position, and East Bengal can inflict even more damage on that tarnished image of theirs right now. The foreigners have come in. They've not yet started performing. We can't really put too much pressure on them so soon in the league. But East Bengal, they might be disappointed to lose out on that final chance of getting into the AFC Cup. Now all they have is I-League.
Yeah.
How do you stop such a team that's riding on top of the table at the moment and so
mind
much
focused on the league?
Yeah, there's only one thing to do.
Yeah.
It's difficult to stop East Bengal. I don't know how Mumbai is going to contain them. He really has to get his act together, Kashyap. Others is really going to look like a thrashing. Not as close to Minerva, but at least maybe a 2-0 victory to East Bengal here.
Chiranjit, what do you think?
It's a very important point that Kevin made.
Yeah.
East Bengal have a big advantage in this title race because they're only playing I-League.
Yes.
And both other big title contenders, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC, have to think about Asia, think about AFC Cup. And, it takes that much extra energy out of them to play in Asia, play those extra games, while East Bengal get all the rest. And forget Mumbai FC in this match. Okay, they have had a problem with players, teams with tall players before. And look at this East Bengal team. They got Ivan Bukenia there, who's very dangerous in set pieces. They got Robin Singh there. Like, you don't even need Amirov here, man. Nobody's gonna miss him.
Yeah.
You just have that kind of talent and physical presence and just overbearing strength in the team already there. And maybe Khalid Jamil's, he could have got, he doesn't like to be called a defensive coach, but this was the kind of game where he would just completely go into a shell, form a castle around his box and just try to grind out a point. But I just don't see Santosh Kashyap being able to do that. Yeah, simply because the couple of good players who could have been so useful, Ashutosh, Jayesh and all that stuff, they have left with Khalid Jamil. So Mumbai FC just don't have the caliber at the moment, and the fantastic foreigners or whatever that will.
I mean, they've not got enough game time that we can judge their performance, because they've got into the league pretty late, and it's all on Santosh Kashyap's mind. I don't know what's working in his mind, and I would think he would still keep that mantra of going in and attacking and everything, but. He just doesn't understand, right? I mean, I don't know. This match looks like definitely a one-sided affair, and East Bengal, the giants that are holding up against, but I don't see a David Goliath happening here. Goliath will win at the end of it. Well, that's all for today, folks, and if you're listening to our show on YouTube, then you have to do is like, share and subscribe, hit the bell icon, so you know when our new episode is out. Also, you can build a conversation there, comment in the sections, and let's debate, deliberate, whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to talk to us directly, you can do that as well. We're on Twitter, Chiranjeet as Chiranjeet Oja, I_R_Boza for Kevin. I'm on Twitter as Matthew94. You can also listen to our podcast on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, etc. Have a great day. Enjoy the match. Catch all the updates on our website, thefangarage.com, about the matches. Have a great day, folks. Cheers.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.